I, 25F, am thinking of ending my relationship with my BF, 22M, after 3 months. Hi all, burner account and some details will be vague to secure anonymity as I'm unsure if he is on this thread. But I, 25F, have been dating my boyfriend, 22M, for a couple months now. We moved crazy fast due to some circumstances and underlying F it, why not, and already live together. Within weeks of meeting, I know crazy fast. He had a place he was living and he paid no rent to be there, so I don't think he's using me just to have a place to stay. I just genuinely believe we're two clingy and excited people who decided to go for it. I have a pet and no kids, and he has neither, so if it ends then there's not a lot of damage besides emotional. Well, since we started seeing each other, my life has been more hectic than ever before, just one thing after the other, most of which he caused unintentionally, one of the most recent being losing my job out of the blue. This has put an obvious strain on our new relationship and has resulted in me being pretty unhappy with the lack of romance and passion in it. He was just starting a new job and had no money when we started, so I paid for everything, and after his first paycheck he immediately took me on our first real date and asked me to be his girlfriend, which is sweet. But that's really the last romantic thing he did for me. He got me beautiful jewelry for the holidays, but when he gave it to me, he just kinda tossed the box at me and said, "There's your Christmas," to which I responded by handing it back to him and saying, "You want to try that again?" He apologized and did it more sweet, but still that rubbed me the wrong way. Well, we've also been having intimate problems that weren't present the first couple times, and he says he's never dealt with prior, which doesn't make me feel great. I've tried so many different things, but ultimately I think it's just the stress of everything that's happened in such a short period of time, so I'm trying to be patient, but it's hard. He doesn't do anything romantic for me, doesn't plan outings, and since I'm laid off and have no money, I just sit at home all day bored and sad. He's sweet to me, and we laugh a lot and have a lot in common, but I fear he's already just settled and content with me. I have tried talking to him about this a few times, how I want passion and courting and romance, and it doesn't have to cost anything to do sweet things for me, or arrange them, or have that rom-com twinkle in his eye when I get dolled up. But nothing. He says he's trying, but can't actually say how, and I don't see anything. I do a majority of the house labor and still pay for a majority of everything. He's getting better at that, though. And he'll do house labor if I ask or remind, but I don't want to have to. I recognize that he is a little younger, so maybe he hasn't had time to learn stuff that comes with living on your own, but he's lived on his own before me. I've started being less affectionate, just 'cause it was hurting me to be so into him and not feel it's reciprocated. I've also started reading romance novels to just enjoy it and feel love and passion since I'm not receiving it here, and using adult toys more than I would like to given that I'm in a relationship. I feel like we're best friends and roommates, not lovers. I feel it's way too soon to have these issues. The last time we talked about it, he said he didn't realize the situation was that dire. How I've told him directly multiple times I'm unhappy with the why and how to fix it. And he also thinks he'll never be exactly what I want out of a partner with romance. He says it's fantasy level. I say he could at least try since so far he's done nothing. I get the feeling he either one doesn't care, two is actually too immature to be in a relationship, and or three doesn't realize it doesn't need money. I doubt he said he wanted to take me to get my nails done, but can't afford it. I suggested he just buy nail polish from a dollar store or something and paint them himself, and he said he hadn't thought of that. Also, he mentioned I ruined his confidence in the beginning with some of my jokes. The short of it is my family loves to playfully roast each other all the time, so it has become a form of flirting with me, and he always laughed it off, so I never knew it bothered him till this week. I asked about all the loving stuff I've said and done and how I stutter when he looks at me 'cause I'm so into him, but no, that has done nothing. I'm at a loss. I don't even remember what jokes they were. I know I joke about not real things, though. Think if someone is clearly very tall, I joke about short they are. He's sweet and I adore him, and I'm sure we moved too quickly with moving in, but is there any way to salvage this? Should I lower my expectations for romance? Did I ruin things? Or should I simply just call it quits?